Again.
This meeting will now come to order. Is there any new business that may be properly presented? 4-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that the Central FFA host a petting zoo during FFA week.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the Central FFA hosts a petting zoo during FFA week. Is there any discussion? 4-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think by holding a petting zoo during FFA week will really bring in the community. It'll encourage encourage the community to come and see what the FFA is all about. Thank you.
4-4.
Mr. Chairperson, I'm strongly against this main motion. I believe that this is not what the RFA chapter really stands for. We're all about innovating agriculture and trying to show that we're not all about farming. I just think this is a step backwards. Thank you.
4-3.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am strongly for this main motion. I believe that bringing in kids for the petting zoo would be a great way to have new members come in the future and just showing them that we're fun and we like to have fun.
4-2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. This is a terrible main motion. I think there's too much liability involved with animals. I think there's also too much disease involved with it.
4-5.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I believe this is a great motion because we can show people like how animals are held and stuff, and plus we can distract the kids with the animals and talk to the parents about what this really means. Thank you.
4-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to limit the debate to one discussion per person per motion.
Second.
So moved and seconded to limit the debate to one discussion per person per motion. This requires a 2/3 vote and is non-debatable but is amendable. Are there any amendments at this time? Amendments? Seeing none, we'll proceed straight to a vote. All those in favor of limiting the debate to one discussion, please stand up. All those against, stand up. If this fails, we have 1 for and 4 against. We are back to discussion on the main motion. Is there any discussion?
All right, to a question of privilege.
State your question.
Can we please check the calendar of events to see if we have an opening for this?
No, due to time constraints, we aren't going to be able to look at the calendar.
I move to appeal the decision of the chair.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to appeal the decision of the chair. This is non-debatable as it was applied to a non-debatable motion. All those in favor of upholding the chair's decision, please say aye.
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 All those against say nay.
Nay. I call for division.
4-5 is called for division. All those in favor of upholding the chair's decision, please stand up. All those against, stand up. The chair's decision is upheld with vote 3, 4, and 2 against. We're back to discussion on the main motion. 4-5. 4-4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I move to postpone this indefinitely.
Second.
I move to withdraw my motion.
Are there any objections to the withdrawal? Objections? Seeing none, the motion is withdrawn. We're back to discussion on the main motion. 4-2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I move to postpone this motion indefinitely to our next regular scheduled meeting.
I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to postpone this until our next regularly scheduled meeting. 4-2, your first witness of discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I think since this motion has too much liability and stuff, we should look into it first to see if this is a good idea or not to do.
4-3.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think postponing this definitely would be a waste of our time. I think if we decide this today, it would be great because the summer is coming and we need to get this ready before the warm weather comes.
4-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am also against postponing this to our next regularly scheduled meeting. This is going to come up really quickly. I think this could be a huge and very beneficial project towards our chapter, and we need to get this decided today. Thank you.
4-5.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I also believe that this is a really bad idea to postpone this definitely. I mean, we've had a weird winter and we don't know if it's going to snow again, so we don't have a lot of time to plan this, so we need to get this done. Thank you.
4-4.
Mr. Chairperson, I'm against postponing this to our next regular scheduled meeting. I just think we need to finish this now, right here, right now, either kill it or pass it. I just do not think we need the time to do this. Thank you.
I rise to a parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
I was wondering what type of vote this would need to pass.
Postpone definitely requires a majority vote.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion? Discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor of postponing this until our next meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
The nays have it. We're back to, this will not be postponed definitely, and we're back to discussion on the main motion. 4-3.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we suspend the standing rule that states that the FFA members must wear their jackets.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the standing rule that states the FFA members must wear their jackets. As this is a standing rule, it only requires a majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
The nays have it. This Suspension of the rules fails. We're back to discussion on the main motion. Floor four.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I move to amend the motion by striking petting zoo and inserting agricultural experience there.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to amend the main motion by striking petting zoo and inserting agricultural experience there. Floor four, your first rights of discussion.
Mr. Chairperson, I just think this would be a much better amendment because it shows what our FFA chapter is really about. We're about encouraging members to join agriculture, and that's not just about farming, about technology and bringing new things into agriculture. I think it's just much better suits our main motion.
Floor three.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a great idea. I think this encompasses the whole FFA instead of just having animals. I think that this will show more about other aspects other than just farming and livestock.
Floor one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am strongly against this amendment. No one is interested in anything else but animals in the FFA. Children are not interested in technology. We only need to have a petting zoo, and that will be it. Thank you.
Floor five.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I also disagree with this amendment. Hydroponics was not a word that I knew or cared about when I was younger, and that's not going to attract our younger members. Thank you.
Floor two.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. This is a great amendment. First of all, it gets rid of the liability and the disease factor of animals. And second of all, it introduces a different topic to our FFA.
There is no question of privilege.
What's your question?
Can we please look at the treasury to see if we have enough to fund this event?
No, again, due to time constraints, we're not going to do it.
I move to appeal the decision of the chair.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded to appeal the decision of the chair. This is non-debatable as it was applied to the non-debatable motion and requires a majority vote. All those in favor of upholding the chair's decision, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
I call for a division.
Floor three is called for a division. All those in favor of upholding the chair's decision, please stand up. All those against, stand up. The chair's decision is upheld with a vote 3 for and 2 against. We're back to discussion on the amendment. Is there any discussion? 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 Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor of amending the main motion by striking petting zoo and inserting agriculture experience, they please say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
I call for a division.
Floor 4 is called for a division. All those in favor of amending the main motion, please stand up. All those against stand up. The amendment passes. The new main motion states that the Central FFA host an agriculture experience day during FFA week. Is there any discussion? Floor 4.
Mr. Chairperson, I'm strongly for this new amended motion. I just think this much better, reaches out towards our entire school, could bring young students in and teach them educational opportunities, and 15% of all young people are interested in learning more about agriculture. Thank you.
Floor 5.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Now that this motion has been amended, I am strongly against it. I mean, this is not going to attract our new members. We need new members, and this is not going to do it. Plus, it's going to cost too much. Thank you.
Floor 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. This new amended motion is just what we needed. It'll attract a lot more members, and it'll get rid of the liability and bad factors of the animals.
Floor 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now, after this amendment, I'm against this main motion. Again, no one really cares about the technology and any other aspects besides animals and FFA. Thank you.
Floor 4.
Mr. Chairperson, I move to refer this committee at 5, appointed by Chair and report back our next regular scheduled meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to refer this to committee of 5, appointed by the chair, and will report back in the next regular scheduled meeting. Floor 5, your first rights. 4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I just think we need more time to gather information, and this way we can get other FFA members included in this motion and make us feel more together. Thank you.
Floor 3.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to emphasize that we need to decide on this today. I think if we wait too long and hand this off to someone else, it's not going to be decided on, and we really need to get this done before it gets off and we forget about it.
All right, to parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Is there any way to change like the number of members of the committee in this, or?
Yes, an amendment to the referral to a committee. You could change the number of committee members. Floor 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I move to lay this motion on the table due to more important business.
Is there a second?
Second that.
So moved and seconded to lay this on the table. This is non-debatable and non-amendable and requires a majority vote. All those in favor of laying this on the table say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
This laying on the table fails. We're back to discussion on the referral to a committee. 4 5.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I believe this is a horrible idea. We don't have much time. More mothers coming up, and we need to get this done and over with so we can pass this or fail this. Thank you.
4 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. This is a bad idea to refer this to a committee. First of all, because FFA week is coming in the next few weeks, and we just need to decide what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
4 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am also against referring this to a committee. This is a huge event. We need to get this planned ASAP. and by doing so, it can help our chapter out very quickly. Thank you.
Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor of referring this to committee say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
Ayes have it, back to the main motion. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor of the main motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, this motion passes. Is there any new business? 4-1.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor of adjourning say aye.
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 All those against say nay. Meeting adjourned.